John Beltran, Dave Eric back from Faith Christian High School in Arvada. The Bay Diggers are coached by Randy Dreitz in his 12th year as the Bay Diggers head coach. The assistants are Ron Albo, Lance Schwentz, Dick Creighton, Matt Menier, Ken Garcia, and David Cummings. Blair Hubbard, the longtime head coach of the Eagles, assisted by Ralph Nance, Matt Whitfield, Steve Twaddell, Mark Bannister, and Joe Bundick. Bay Diggers for the second straight week are in their road whites with the maroon numerals. And Faith Christian will kick it off in their maroon jerseys and gold helmets and gold pants. The opening kickoff tonight is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush, offering home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. And Dave, we know one thing, that in this matchup, doesn't matter how good these teams are, turnovers always play a role when Brush takes on Faith Christian. Last year, the Bay Diggers got 2 early turnovers. They converted it to 14 points. There was never a game after that.
Yeah, they were able to shell-shock them early, and that definitely played into our favor. You remember some other games, though, where you get into that second half, usually Faith's got a big line. We're looking at a line that weighs about 1,150 pounds total on defense, and then their offense is much smaller. I'll tell you what, they start wearing you down, and that's what causes mistakes to happen.
Yardage will not be provided, but the clock will be accurate.
Alex Albright will kick it off for Faith Christian. Back deep is Eric Garcia, and he hits it off the side of his foot, and now they stopped the play. I don't know what that was about, unless he did that unintentionally, Dave. He hit it off the side of his foot, and I don't know if maybe the ball was not ready for play.
Well, I'm not sure either, but it looks like they're nope, they're moving him back. So
yeah, I didn't see the flag though.
Yep, they're back to the 35 now. All the Diggers out there on the front side are up between the 45 and the 50 on the Faith side of the field.
All right, so now Faith Christian will start from their 35. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come for Faith. That's certainly not the way to start off a football game.
Number 35, Hernandez.
Izzy Hernandez is out there as well, along with Trevor Blake. Albright to kick it off, and this one is high and fairly short. And Blake has it at the 16-yard line, running right across the 20 to the 25. He's got to seam across the 35 to about the 40-yard line before he was tackled over there by Sharon Thomas at 6'3", 170. Pretty good field position for the Bay Diggers. Starting at their own 40-yard line, the quarterback is Mitch Tormolen, as the starting lineup is brought to you by T.O. Charlie's for a great used car truck. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they'll find it for you. T.O. Charlie's, 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Connor Weiser is the fullback, along with Chris Lee, who's the halfback. First and 10. The Bay Diggers have the football at their own 41-yard line. One receiver out to the left. It's Vince Albo. And a handoff left side to Weiser, running hard, but he stood up at the 43, a gain of 2. Tackled by Stephen Holt, the linebacker. At 6 feet, 220 pounds, it'll be second down, and we'll actually call it 9, only a gain of 1 for Weiser.
So like I said, Faith Christian's lining up in a 5-3 on that play. Their defensive line's averaging 220 pounds, so it's a big defensive line to run against.
Along the offensive line are Damon Miller, Ethan Brose, Carlos Castillo, Daniel Soto, and Maverick Seawald. Second down, and Eric Garcia, of course, out there. He's in a flanker position off to the right. McConnell's the tight end. 2nd and 9 for the 42. Play action. Pressure coming. Tormolen throws to his right. The pass is caught off the tip by Vince Albo. He tipped it to himself across the 50 to the 47-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a Bay Digger first down.
Well, Vince Albo's shown he's the favorite receiver so far this year. So he just ran a 2 pattern about 10 yards down the field and ran out. And I'll tell you what, Tremolen got hit after he threw the ball from the defensive end on this right side. The guy hit him from behind. Tremolen rolled to the right. Put it right on the money, but it looked like it hit Albo's face mask a little bit, and it tipped the ball up in the air, but Vinny showed some good concentration to pull it in.
Well, the problem is that he had both feet out of bounds, apparently, so they called it incomplete. 3rd down and 9, so incomplete from their own 42-yard line, as that was a late ruling. In motion to the left is Randy Baker. And there's the pitch left to Garcia. Little running room across the 45. And he dives to around the 47. He'll pick up 5 yards on the play before he was tackled by Nathan Rindles. It'll be 4th down and 4 yards to go. And I know the Bay Diggers love to gamble in these situations, but You are playing Faith Christian. This is a punting situation.
Yeah, the punt team's coming on the field right now. That was a tough play. Garcia made a lot out of something that really wasn't there as they ran the play to the short side of the field, so he didn't have a chance to use his speed to stretch the defense out to the sideline and then turn it upfield. But he was able to cut it back up and pick up 5 nice yards. He almost broke the tackle there at the end.
Line up the punt formation back deep forward. The Eagles number
Now the Beat Diggers to punt. And that ball is off the right foot of Tyler Stratman. Fair catch called by Nathan Rendell.
There's a signal for him. Take him on
By
at the
23-yard line. So the punt goes for 30 yards by Tyler Stratman. And that's where Faith Christian will take over. They'll mark it officially at the 24-yard line. No score, 10-17 to go in the opening quarter. I'm John Beltran with Dave Urig, live from Faith Christian High School in Arvada. Game number 2. Both of these teams are 1-0 going in. And you know this Faith Christian offense, they've got some weapons. Alex Buckman is the quarterback. In that backfield right behind him is Orrin Toole. He's the man that they've got to contain.
24-yard line.
They're in that double wing. Man in motion to the right. And there's the handoff to Toole off the right side. Tries to break a tackle, does. And he spins across the 25 to the 30. The tackle was made by Maverick Seawald, but unfortunately for Seawald, he made contact with him at the 26, and Toole was strong enough to gain a total of 6 yards in the play.
Yeah, they run that double wing, and remember, Faith has all their plays on a wristband. The coach over here on the sideline writes the plays on a whiteboard, and then the kids are right up there running the play right away, so it's kind of a hurry-up offense, and here they go again.
Nolan Beasley's the receiver to the right, 2nd and 4 from their own 30. Direct snap off the shotgun. There was a mix-up on the exchange, and the Beat Diggers are going to hit Toole right at the line of scrimmage. Connor Weiser was in there, along with penetration from Felix Calderon, the nose guard. And that'll be no gain. 3rd down and 4 with the ball on the 30-yard line. And again, in the no-huddle offense is Faith Christian 2.5 minutes into the game.
Got their over here. They're all looking over here to the sideline. They look to see what the number is. They all look at their wristband. They know what their assignments are, and then they're ready to go. So our defense has to catch a breather in a hurry.
Buckman in a shotgun formation, naked backfield off that double wing. 3rd and 4 from the 30. Man in motion is Henry. There's the handoff off to the right side. The Toole runs into a blocker. 1st down across the 35 to the 40. Tackle at the 42-yard line. He gains 12 yards in the play and picks up a 1st down. And the tackle was made by Eric Garcia. They'll backtrack it to the 41 and give him 11.
Yep, you know, they're just keeping the ball. They're on the right hash mark here, so they're on this side. They're away from the brush sideline, and they just ran that. It was kind of a little reverse back to this other side, and just caught the Diggers off guard. First and stayed home.
1st and 10 for Faith Christian at their own 41-yard line. Buckman passes out to the right. The pass is complete. A gain of around 7. Eric Garcia makes the tackle. Nolan Beasley was the receiver on the play, and that was just a quick hitter. Garcia actually had pretty decent coverage, but it was executed so fast that Faith Christian picked up 7 yards.
You know, Buckman actually threw it before he ever turned and looked, so it was a timing pattern, just about a 5-yard out.
2nd down and 3 for Faith Christian at their own 48-yard line. The Beat Diggers went 3 and out on their initial possession. Buckman again in a shotgun. 2 receivers out to the left. 1 setback. Awaiting the snap. Buckman has it. 2-step drop. Looking to throw over the middle of the pass is caught, I believe, at the 50 by Orrin Toole. And he's down right there. Connor Weiser made the tackle.
By number 5.
3rd down and 1. I think Weiser wanted incomplete pass, and I think they're going to signal an incomplete pass because Weiser put his hands up saying he didn't catch that ball, and now the officials agree. 3rd down and 3 to go. Faith Christian again in that no-huddle offense despite the incomplete pass on their own 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line.
At 1305 Edison Street in Brush, CNC Auto Parts is your local Napa Auto Parts store. 7:50 to go in the opening quarter for Arvada. Brush nothing, Faith Christian nothing. 2 receivers out to the right. Looks like Henry in a slot, Buckman in a shotgun. Now Henry resetting. Play action, rolling to his right. Buckman still rolling, throwing along the sideline, incomplete. At the 35-yard line, Beasley was well covered by Eric Garcia. 4th and 3. Let's see if Faith Christian takes a gamble, or will they pin the Beat Diggers deep in their own territory on this 4th and 3 play? I don't see the punting unit out there, Dave.
No, Daniel Soto on that play. He was a defensive end on this side as Buckman rolled out to the right. And Soto, he was going towards the backfield, but he fought off the block of that running back, and he was able to get out here and get in Buckman's face a little bit, and I think that hurry that throw up a little bit so that it'd go out of bounds.
Well, Faith Christian looks like they're going to go for it. 4th and 3 at their own 48. One setback. Buckman in a shotgun. Man in motion is Henry. And there's the handoff to Toole right up the middle. Hit at the 50-yard line, and he's put up right there. A great play by Connor Weiser as Toole was trying to pull his way to the 49 where he needed to get to. He needed 3. He got 2. Beat Digger football at midfield.
You know, there's just no respect shown there by Faith on our defense. And I'll tell you what, they came through. You know, Faith, I think we were looking for that toss where they like to run that end around and try to pile up all those blockers on one side. But they just turned around and handed it right off to Toole and expected him to break some tackles. And he got hit a couple times, but there was some gang tackling there. Just a great play by that Digger defense.
But if Weiser doesn't make that play, it's an easy first down. There was no gang tackling there. That was one man. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers. The nose of the football is at the 50. And we're going to change footballs here with Chris Lee now in the backfield with Connor Weiser. And hopefully that'll change the momentum. That's not a turnover, but it equates to one because of the field position
After the turnover,
the Beat Diggers have.
the
Albo is the receiver to the left. Eric Garcia is lined up as the receiver to the right on 1st and 10 from the 50. Tormolen hands it off to Weiser. Big hole across the left side to the 45. And he squeezes his way to the 44-yard line. The tackle was made over there by Daniel Graves, the 6', 210-pound senior linebacker. And off the gain of, they'll call it 5. 2nd down and 5 to go for the Beat Diggers in Faith Christian territory. Trevor Blake checks in. Eric Garcia checks out.
In that 5-man front, that time their nose guard shifted over to our strong side, so he was in between the center and the guard on our tight end side, and Brush just ran the ball back to this other gap with Weiser. There was nobody there to make the tackle except for the linebacker.
7 minutes to go in the opening quarter. No score. 2nd and 5 for the Faith Christian 45. Handoff to Lee, and he's got a yard, and that's it to the 44. He was grabbed around the ankles by Derek McCartney. Boy, he's a solid defensive end, a senior at 6'4", 250. If they don't block him, the Beat Diggers aren't moving the football.
You know, in that time, I watched how they lined up defensively, and like I said, they're so big. You know, they're going to be hard to move, but Faith guessed right on that play. They didn't line up, you know, in a typical 5-man front where you have a guy over the center and 2 guys over the tackles and then 2 defensive ends. They were all shifted into some different gaps. So I think it kind of messed with our blocking a little bit on that play.
Albo, the receiver to the left, the back split. 3rd and 4 for the Faith Christian 44. Tormolen hands it off on the counter to Garcia. He's going to be thrown for a loss unless he gets away from it. He does to the 40-yard line, inside the 40 to the 36. He picked up 8 yards when he was hit in the backfield, 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. First down for the Beat Diggers, and that is Eric Garcia at his best.
You betcha. He has such an instinct for where people are at. And I was worried that Tormolen wasn't going to be able to get back there and pick up that block because I think a lot of the Diggers were kind of surprised that he was able to stand up and break that tackle. I think they're expecting him to be sacked. And as soon as they saw he was running, they all came back, made some blocks, some crackback blocks, and allowed him to pick up that extra yard.
Tyler Carter back into the game. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the Faith Christian 36-yard line. Carter resetting himself. Tormolen will hand it off to Weiser, up the gut, and he's tripped up at the 33. He could have had a nice hole there, but he was clipped around the ankles by Grant Black, a 6'3", 260-pound sophomore. 2nd down and 7 with the Beat Diggers possessing the football to Faith Christian 33.
Yeah, I think if he would have had his feet up in the air when he was running, he might have been able to step over that. As Block just shoestring tackled him, he was kind of on his belly. He just reached out there with his right arm and grabbed his ankle.
2nd down and 7 for the Faith Christian 33-yard line. Tormolen will hand it off to Weiser, cutting it back towards the middle after starting to his right. He fumbles the football, but it looks like Randy Baker fell on it. Back at the line of scrimmage, unless Weiser was able to do it himself.
Play back near the 34-yard line.
It'll be a loss of half a yard. We'll call it a full 1. 3rd down and short 8 to go for the Beat Diggers at the 34 Faith Christian.
I think that was going to be like a 26 cross where, you know, we take the dive and then we try to run off tackle with our fullback. You know, Faith's just so big over there. It's hard to move those big guys out of the way, and we weren't able to get any manpower. As they change sides, their defensive line changes sides based on where our tight end's at.
3rd and 8 from the Faith Christian 34. Passing situation. Tormolen, play action, rolling right, looking for a block, throws off balance. Pass is complete along the right sideline to Vince Albo. It's a first down for the Beat Diggers to the 24-yard line. A gain of 10, a perfectly thrown ball. by Mitch Tormolen, who did get some pressure.
Yeah, he did. He got hit right after he threw the ball by the defensive end. He rolled off to the right, and that defensive end was able to fight off that block. He fought to the inside and then caught him from behind. It wasn't a vicious sack attempt. He just kind of wrapped him around the belly and spun him around and threw him on the ground.
They give him 11 yards as they mark the football at the 23. 4:18 to go in the opening quarter. No score. The second Beatdigger possession. They're at the 23-yard line of Faith Christian with a back split. Tormolen will hand it off right up the gut. Big hole for Weiser, 15-yard line. He's breaking tackles inside the 15 to about the 12, maybe the 11. Connor Weiser just putting his head down and running over Eagles. It's a gain of 11 to the 12. First and 10 for the Beatdiggers.
So we're just seeing the same play. You remember the play that kind of broke open that first down we went for? That was Weiser running in between the guard and the tackle on the left side. He ran it again a while back for about 3 yards, and then he just hit it again for 11. So the Diggers are starting to catch Faith Christian guessing a little bit, depending on what gap they put their nose guard in.
Alex Albright made the tackle. First and 10. 3 in the backfield for the Beatdiggers. They're at the Faith Christian 12. Tormolen will hand it off to Lee. Big hole up the middle. He dives close to the 6-yard line. And the officials will mark it right there. Second down and 4 after the pickup, again, of 6 yards by Chris Lee. Here comes Garcia into the game. Tyler Carter checks out.
You know, that play was so good because Lee ran so low to the ground. He was only probably a yard off the ground as he was leaning forward and just kind of diving as he ran.
Lee, Weiser, Garcia in the backfield. Second and 4 for the 6. Handoff to Garcia. Stutter steps. He's got nothing. Might have lost a yard from tremendous penetration over there by Faith Christian. Isaac Henry from his defensive back position brought him to the turf. And that's going to be a no gain right at the 6. Third down. And 4 to go for the Beatdiggers. The 10th play of the drive. With 2:40 to go in the opening quarter, the Beatdiggers looking for the first points of the game. Tormolen will hand it off, and now the ball is fumbled. He flies for it. I think Tormolen fell on it at the 16-yard line. It looked like Tormolen was trying to hand it off to Weiser. As he was trying to hand it off, either the ball got batted away or something strange happened there, but that's a huge loss of 11 yards back to the 17. It'll be 4th down and 15 yards to go, and you can send in Jesus Cardenas, who certainly has the leg, and they're going to send out their junior kicker. It should be about a 34 to 35-yard field goal as we approach the 2-minute mark. I mean, normally the Beatdiggers would go for it on 4th down, but not 4th and 15.
Right, I think this was a good call, and to go for it right here. They were kind of giving the ball there at midfield when Faith went for it on 4th down, so they're going to turn that 4th down attempt that Faith made into 3 points, hopefully. If that happens, it's a good game.
On the right hash mark, it'll be a 34-yard attempt by Jesus Cardenas. Garcia to hold. There's the snap. It's a perfect one. The kick is up by Cardenas, and that kick is going to be good inside the left upright. 1:39 to go in the opening quarter. Rush 3, Faith Christian nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 11 plays, 33 yards. That's because of an 11-yard loss in the final play, or the second to the last play of the drive. Jesus Cardenas converts the field goal from 34 yards away. How many times do you see a team, Dave, go 33 yards in 6 minutes and 2 seconds when you kick a field goal?
You see that happen in Brush all the time, except for most of the time you see touchdowns. But like I said, you know, the fact that they turned a risk that Faith Christian took and failed on, it turns it into 3 points and took time off the clock. That's a bonus, whether it's 3 points or 7.
No doubt. Jesus to kick it off. High and fairly deep at the 7-yard line, caught by Henry, running to his right to the 15-yard line, breaks a tackle, and now he's going to be brought down close to the 18. The Beatdiggers got down there on special teams, starting with Connor Weiser and Trevor Blake. So Beatdiggers did their job because they're lined up at the 19-yard line as Faith Christian with 1:32 to go in the opening quarter, and the Beatdiggers leading 3-0.
You betcha. You know, I don't think we chose to kick where the ball went. He just kicked it deep and went over to that side. And you could see Faith had a play design as he was running over here to the right side to run behind a wedge to a set right up here on the Faith Christian sideline. And you could tell they like to run offense over here where the Brush defensive coaches can't see what's going on.
Daniel Graves is the setback. 1st and 10 off the shotgun, handoff to Graves running left. He's going to be barreled in the backfield. Holy mahogany, the Beatdiggers gang tackled Graves for a loss of at least 1.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see a Digger blitz. I really didn't see linebackers blitzing. Maybe we did. But it looked like linebackers were just jumping up there and filling the hole quickly.
And the nose guard, Felix Calderon, was in on that play. 2nd down and 11 for Faith Christian at their own 18-yard line. Under 1 minute to go in the opening quarter. The Bee Diggers up by a field goal. Buckman in a shotgun. The lone setback is Oren Toole. Buckman has the football, rolling left now back to his right. Throws a screen out to Henry Bowles and drops it. A Bee Digger was out there, but there could have been a little bit of daylight for Henry had he caught it, but he tried to head upfield before he had the ball in his possession. 3rd and 11.
And they had a good downfield screen block on Garcia on that play. If he would have caught it, he might have been able to run right up the sideline.
Well, you know, one thing Faith Christian has done well against Brush over the years is come up with that big play when they've needed it.
Well, you know, they have those plays in their offense, just like that one right there, that are not typical, you know, for a high school team that kind of catch our guys off guard that end up going for big yards. And so they have those trick plays in their back pocket.
3rd down and 11 from their own 18-yard line. One receiver to the right. Buckman again in a shotgun. Man in motion to the right is Toole. Play action, rolling right. He's got a man wide open underneath him, Toole, but he's going to run with the football to the 20-yard line. Buckman across the 20 to the 25, and he's tackled by Ethan Gross, the linebacker. They might give him the 26. It'll be a gain of 8. It'll be 4th down and 3, and Faith Christian is going to have to punt.
You know, it looked like Toole came open, and he was open on about 6 yards down the field. If he would have been able to throw the ball, then Toole might have been able to catch it to run upfield because they flooded the zone. There was a guy that was deep, and then Toole was short. But Brush had some guys converging on the receivers, and he just couldn't afford to take that chance.
High snap to Buckman. He gets it off a spiraling punt, and backing up is Garcia at the 33, straight ahead to the 35. Stutter steps back to his left to the 40-yard line, has the sideline to the 45, daylight to the 50, back towards the sideline, across the 50 to the 42-yard line. It's a return of 25 yards for Eric Garcia, and that's the end of the opening quarter. Brush 3, Faith Christian nothing. You're listening to 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.